Hey, how's it going, everybody? Marcus here with MGN Sports, and finally we got some Raptors basketball back in action here. First game of a back-to-back starting up tomorrow night, you guys, versus the Brooklyn Nets. Raptors finally getting back in action after that All-Star break there, where we got to see Scotty All-Star make his first All-Star appearance as a Toronto Raptor. Nice to see him get the nod. Definitely deserved for him this season. Obviously, he's had a little bit of an up-and-down season, but definitely has stepped up his game overall in his third season in the league here, you guys, taking over that leadership role for this Raptors club since we got rid of OG and Pascal at the trade deadline there. So nice to see him kind of step up this season. Obviously, we're going to be going through some growing pains here just with the young up-and-coming squad that we do have, you guys. So just got to be patient with these guys. And, I'm expecting great things to come from this Raptors team for sure. Hopefully, we have a good second half to the season here. We'll go ahead and break down some of the matchup stats in this game versus the Brooklyn Nets coming up here, you guys. Raptors are coming into this one with a 19-36 record on their season. They're sitting with an 11-16 home record, 3-7 over their last 10 games, so haven't been playing great basketball as of late. Been really tough to watch this team play, just so hit and miss with their performances out on the floor. We just got to try and find that consistency moving forward here. Raptors have lost 3 games in a row. I thought we were going to be able to take that game versus the Pacers there. Seemed like we were in the driver's seat for most of that game, and unfortunately just squandered the opportunity at the end. Weren't able to close it out, and the Pacers came back and were able to beat us by a final score of 127-125 before the start of the All-Star break there. Over on the Brooklyn Nets side of things, they have been struggling as of late as well. They're sitting on their season with a 21-33 record coming into this game, 8-16 road record. They're 4-6 over their last 10, so not great either. Losers of their last 2 games as well, you guys. Most notably that last game before the All-Star break, they got absolutely trounced by the Boston Celtics by a final score of 136-86, which resulted in the firing of their head coach. So you'd expect these guys coming out with a little bit of a fire underneath them here, especially after losing their head coach there. Usually most teams, once a head coach gets fired, they come out with a little bit of extra juice in the gas tank, in that next game coming off of a head coach firing. So the Raptors are definitely going to have to be on their A game in this one if we're going to want to take the victory over the Brooklyn Nets here, you guys. We'll go and look at the injury report in this one as well. For the Raptors, no major injuries here. Olynyk is the only one on the report. He's going to be a game time decision with a back injury that he suffered in one of the games before the All-Star break, so hopefully he's going to be a go in this one. Be nice to see him out there gelling and getting used to his new team. And then over on the Brooklyn Nets side of things, I got Ben Simmons is a game-time decision with a knee injury. No surprise, I would not be shocked if that guy sits out. He seems like he's good at collecting dust on that bench for the Brooklyn Nets, basically robbing them of money every single year. So yeah, those are the only 2 injuries for the teams here, you guys. We'll go and look at some of the key players in this one as well. Scotty Barnes, most notably for the Toronto Raptors, you guys, is having a great season. Obviously getting his first All-Star nod there. Looked pretty good in that All-Star game as well, coming off the bench. Obviously wasn't a very competitive game. I'm sure, as all of us know, it was a lot of hot topic about the All-Star game and just how there's no compete going on there. But I was proud of Scotty getting out there, making his mark on the game, getting some points, had a few rebounds in the game as well. So I thought overall, he had a good showing at that All-Star game for us, you guys. He's coming into this one with 20.1 points average on his season, as well as 8.2 rebounds and 6 assists. Also averages 1.2 steals and 1.4 blocks on the defensive end. So a really solid season so far for Scotty. I'm really hoping he can step it up in this second half and even be better than he was in the first half of the season, and just really find that consistency that I feel like we're lacking right now with this Raptors squad. It seems like we have some really good games, and then we just have some complete fucking duds. So hopefully we can just kind of find more consistency going down this second half stretch here. And then the key player we're looking at for the Brooklyn Nets here is Mikal Bridges, you guys. He's having a really good season for the Brooklyn Nets. Coming into this one, averaging 21.7 points on his season, 4.9 rebounds and 3.7 assists, with 0.9 of a steal and 0.4 of a block as well. So it's going to be a nice little matchup between those 2 guys. Obviously, it would be nice to see RJ Barrett and Emmanuel quickly step up to the plate here and have a good game as well. Jakob Poeltl, since he's been back from his ankle injuries, looked real nice for us as well. He seems like he's got a little bit bigger role on the team since Pascal and OG are not in the mix anymore. This kind of allowed Poeltl to step into a more significant role with this Raptors squad, which is nice to see because he does have that potential to be a good double-double machine for us out there. And he's a pretty solid rim protector on the back end for us too. So we'll look at some of the team stats as well in this one, you guys. Raptors are coming in to this one averaging 113.9 points per game, which is good for 19th in the league. Nets are basically pretty much the same as us. They got 113.4 points per game. They're good for 21st in the league. So the points per game average is pretty even across the board between these teams. Raptors are sitting with the 14th overall field goal percentage in the league with 47.6% from the field. Comparatively to the Brooklyn Nets here, they're shooting 46% from the field. So a little bit worse than us. They're 27th ranked team with the field goal percentage. And then from three-point range, you guys, that's where we're going to have to be careful with these guys. They huck up a lot of three balls. They're averaging 13.8 makes per game from the three-point range, which is good for 6th in the league. And the Raptors are sitting at an abysmal 25th in the league with only 11.6 makes per game. And same thing with the three-point percentage. Raptors only got 35.5% from three-point range, which is good for 24th in the league, you guys. And then over on the net side of things, they're sitting at 36.8% from deep, which is good for 14th in the league. So they're definitely a better three-point shooting team than us. So it's going to be imperative to make sure that we're pushing them off the three-point line and forcing them to take jumpers from inside the line or driving to the rack, and trying to finish on some of our bigs in the paint there, hopefully being able to deny them at the rim. You look at the free throw percentage as well in this one. Definitely something the Raptors need to improve on in the second half of the season. We're right at the bottom of the league in free throw percentage with a 74.8% clip, which is good for 29th in the league. They're not much better either. The Brooklyn Nets, they're sitting at 75.9% from the free throw line, which is good for 25th in the league. So it wouldn't hurt us that badly if we send them to the line lots, because they don't make a high clip. But same thing for us, man. If we're getting to the line a lot, we got to make sure we're capitalizing on that. Last thing you want to do is lose the game by 2 or 3 points and aren't capitalizing, on those free throws that could cost you the game down at the end of the fourth quarter there. So hopefully the Raptors can make sure they're banging in their free throws at a hotter clip. As for rebounding, you guys, Raptors are coming into this one averaging 43.6 rebounds a game, which is good for 14th in the league. They're a little bit better than us in the rebounding department. They average 44.4 rebounds a game, which is good for 8th in the league. So we've got to make sure that we're just getting those defensive rebounds. We can't allow them to scoop up a lot of offensive boards and give them extra shot attempts, especially because they're going to be kicking those extra shot attempts out for 3. And usually when that happens, when a guy gets a board on the offensive glass and kicks it out for 3, usually those players are wide open for the shot. So we got to make sure that we're taking care of the glass on the defensive side of the floor there, not giving them a lot of second and third chances. Hucking up the ball from three-point range, you guys. And then over to the assist department, Raptors are coming in the 3rd-ranked team in the league in assists with 29.2 assists per game, comparatively to the Brooklyn Nets, who are averaging 26.8 assists, which is good for 13th. And this is one stat that I'm super impressed about with this Raptors squad this season under Darko Rajakovic. We've just immensely improved our assist totals, man. To be the 3rd-ranked team, we're almost averaging 30 assists per game. I can't remember in the last 5 to 10 years where the Raptors have even been close to these assist totals. We've always been kind of in that bottom half of the league in assist totals per game, around that 24 to 25 assists per game clip. So it's nice to see that the team is sharing the rock a lot more, and we're just making a lot better passes that are setting up our guys for successful shots in the offensive end. So hopefully we can keep that ball rolling in the right direction here, you guys. And we'll go ahead and look at some of the keys to victory for this Raptors club as well before we round out the video here. I think one of the main keys to victory is just going to be Scotty All-Star coming to play in this one, you guys. Had a great game versus the Pacers, even though we squandered the opportunity to win that one. But he did have a good performance. He finished that game with 29 points, 12 boards, and 8 assists. Almost had a triple-double there. Really stepped up after we had that little debacle where he ended up leaving the game a little bit early before the time had expired fully in the game. And then, like I said, he felt remorseful for that, came out and had a really good performance versus the Pacers, so we need him to follow it up with another great performance here. Hopefully he's feeling motivated as well after getting the All-Star nod, and comes and plays like the All-Star caliber player that we know he can be, you guys. I think that's going to be a huge key for the Raptors' success in this one. And then the second key to victory that I have for this Raptors club here is just forcing the Brooklyn Nets off of that three-point line. Like I said, they are 6th in the league. Shooting the three-point shots there with making almost 14 per game. So we got to make sure that we're pushing them off of the line and forcing them into uncomfortable shots from mid-range or driving to the rack in contested lanes where they're not really, having the clear lane to the basket there. So that's going to be crucial, I believe, as well. If we can limit their three-point attempts and as well as the three-point makes, that's going to go a long ways to the Raptors' success in this game as well, you guys. And then the final key to the victory that I have for this Raptors club to be able to take home the victory in this one is just winning that rebound battle, man. Obviously, they out-rebound us as well. They are 8th in the league with 44.4, and we're 14th in the league. So I think it's going to be crucial for us to win that rebound battle, especially in our defensive end. We cannot be giving these guys a bunch of offensive rebounds where they can kick it back out for three for the easy wide open three balls, because, chances are these guys are going to be making those shots. So we got to make sure that we're taking care of business, boxing out properly down in the defensive end, which is just going to help us out so much with our transition offense as well. Just being able to get out and run with the ball when we're grabbing those boards. So those are the three keys to victory that I have for you guys, man, for the Raptors to be able to win this game. Of you guys, a little final score prediction before we round out the video here. I do think the Raptors are going to be coming into this one hungry. I think we are going to get a little bit of Scotty All-Star in this game. We're going to have that BBQ cooking nicely, I think, in this one with Barnes, Barrett, and Quickly. That three-headed trio that we got, the young trio that's going to be up and coming in this league here. I think it's a really bright future for these three, kind of being the main focal point of this Raptors team here. And I think all three of these guys are going to come out and be well-rested and have an outstanding performance in this game. And I think that's going to be enough for the Raptors to win here, you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and take the Raptors by a final score of 117 to 111 in this one. I think we are going to be able to do enough to get the victory here. And just kind of get back on track, right? First game of a back-to-back, so you want to try and win that first one. And then obviously we got Atlanta coming up on Friday. Hopefully we can take them down as well to get 2 wins in a row here. But we'll have to see what happens, you guys. Hopefully it's a good game. Hopefully Scotty and the boys come to play here. But that is my final score prediction, 117 to 111. Would love your guys' opinion in the comments section down below. What do you think the final score will be in this game? And what do you think the chances are of the Raptors going on a little win streak here coming out of the All-Star break? Like I said, we'd love your guys' opinion on that in the comments section down below. But that pretty well wraps her up for this one, man. I appreciate you guys watching, and this is Marcus with MGN Sports signing off. Peace.